Well, I ordered windows and a roof fan for the van, but those are back ordered, and I really felt like I needed to do those before I did insulation. So I'm just trying to do things now to keep progress moving. What I've decided to do is to sound deaden and insulate the back doors and the sliding door as a way to keep moving forward. One of the things I've decided to do is remove the plastic panels that are on the doors and replace them with plywood, just aesthetics. I think it'll look nicer. So that's what I'm up to today. The sound deadener that I bought is called Killmat, I think, Killmat. Supposedly it works well. I bought a box of it on Amazon. I'll put a link below. Read the instructions. It's pretty straightforward. It basically says, put it on a clean surface, use the roller. Let me see. Let me set that on here. Use the roller. One thing it doesn't mention is what's the area you need to cover, and I did some other research. It's definitely not 100%. It looks like it's pretty close to 25%. So basically you want to, in each panel, put some sound kill, but it doesn't have to be 100%, which is great because this stuff isn't cheap. So that's what I'm up to. And once I have that in the doors, then I'm going to put in some insulation and then the plywood panels. Insulation I'm going to use is this XPS board that I got at Lowe's. This is 3/4. I have some 3/4 and some 1/2 inch. It has the benefit of being pretty cheap and having a high R value. And then I also have some stuff that I got from Amazon. It's in a big roll. This stuff is ceramic fiber insulation. And I'll put a link to that also. But I got this stuff to kind of basically fill in areas where it's really hard to put the board in. All right, the panel is off and the sound kill is in there, or what is that stuff called again? This is the tool that I use for popping the little plastic, I don't know what you call these things, screw type things. You just pop them off. They can be reused. So now comes the insulation. Okay, the XPS board didn't really work inside the door. That was just going to take way too much finessing of that stuff, which is straight and the door isn't. So I bailed on the XPS and went with the ceramic insulation, and just cut pieces and stuffed it in, doing my best to avoid parts that are going to move inside the door, like the locking mechanism and this piece here that moves as you open and close the door. So I think for me this is adequate. I don't plan to be doing super heavy duty winter camping, and no need to make perfect the enemy a good here. Okay, well, to wrap up this project, insulating the doors, so I put the sound kills mat in on the panels, like I said, limiting it to about 25% of the surface area. Put in the insulation, took off the plastic panel, put on a 1/8 inch plywood panel. Up here, that just was a hole. It had no panel on it covering it. There's not much in it except that there's the mechanisms, for the door that you got to stay clear of. But let me see, cut, some panels to put up for those, but I've got to get some self-tapping metal screws to put those up. Same thing on the, well, let me get in here so it's better. Same thing on this door. Did that. Again, up there, just a big hole, which I filled in with insulation. And I've got a, sorry about that high-speed move. I've got a panel that I cut to put in, again, waiting for the screws. And someday, hopefully, you know, they're on back order, but my windows will come in, so that's where the window will go. So it'll be, you know, paneled up there and paneled below, and then I'll have figure out what I'm going to do around the window. But the one thing that is noticeable is that when I tap on the doors or open and close the doors, it's much less of a cavernous sound than they had before when they were just, you know, big hollow slabs. So that's an improvement, and you know, making some progress. Thanks for looking.